we are getting ready to wrap a downpipe for a 2010 Forester XT. Stuff you're going to need obviously is a downpipe. This is an NVIDIA 3-inch catless, 2 bungs. We're using exhaust bands for the wrap. I also like to use hose clamps, so we have some hose clamps here. I have a few extras just in case. Obviously you're going to need your wrap, and after the wrap is done and dry, we are going to apply the high temp silicone coating to protect the wrap as well as keep humidity out, and the wrap will last much longer. So let's get started. Alright, now the wrap we're using here is just regular wrap. It's not the metal stuff, so we're actually going to soak this before we put it on, and I would suggest you guys do this as well if you're doing a wrap job on any type of pipes. It's going to help stretch that out, and then once it dries it's going to tighten up and give you a nice solid wrap job. So we're going to actually, I'm going to unravel this a little bit, loosen it up, and it's going to go, I don't know if I can get that out, it's going to go in the water. I just want to make sure that I get water all in there. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, but you'll see that some of that coating does come off and it'll start turning the water black, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to let that sit in here for 10-15 minutes while I clean the downpipe. So while that wrap is soaking, we are taking some Windex and a clean cloth, and we're cleaning off the parts of the exhaust that we are going to wrap. We don't want any oil on here that could possibly burn in. We want to get a good nice wrap on here. It's actually surprisingly dirty. But we are only going to wrap down to about here this time. I just don't want to be running into issues with clearance with snow. Last time we did this, we wrapped down about, I would say, about to here on the pipe, and we ran into issues where snow was actually rubbing on it, and it didn't rub it off. It was still nice and tight, but I don't want to run into that this time. So we're going to wrap from the bell mouth on down to this first bend.
Where's the firewall come to on the pipe?
The firewall comes to about here, about at the bend. I mean, anything past here is underneath the actual car and is not even really near the engine bay, so I'm not even too worried about that, honestly. The pipe is cleaned, our wrap is done, it's been sitting for a while. We're going to get this wrap started. We are both wearing gloves just as an extra precaution to keep our skin oil off the pipe. We are going to wrap from the middle of the pipe to the bottom, and then we're going to wrap back up to the top, and then we're going to wrap back down to the middle. So basically we're doing a double wrap on the whole area that we're wrapping, and then we're going to use our clamps when we're done. Like Vanna White. Pretty good. Yeah. Thorough. You want me to turn this at all?
Not yet.
Okay. Your button's coming up. All over. This one's good. Alright, so we're done wrapping. We just got to let this thing dry. You can see we use 3 hose clamps, one on the bottom, one in the middle, one on the top. We put the hose clamps kind of where we thought they'd be out of the way. You can see on the top, if you want to turn that one, it's right between those 2 bolts going from the downpipe to the turbo. And we wrapped around that bung the best we could. There's still a little area here, not too worried about it. Once this dries for a few days, we're going to put a nice coat of that DEI silicone paint on it, and this will seal everything up, and it'll cover all these areas here, and it'll help protect that wrap as well as keep the heat inside the pipe. You can see here we used probably about 2/3 to 3/4 of that 50-foot heat wrap for what we did. Keep in mind we double wrapped the downpipe only to the first bend, so you might have to look at your use and see how much you need.